Hi, this is Gabriel Castro from exoticwoodpen.com. In this video, I'm going to be turning a 50 caliber bullet pin bottle opener. You can see that's already pre-cut that I got from turnerswarehouse.com. And anyway, I've already got part of the blank here ready to go. It's already been glued up and trimmed on both sides. That's Gabon ebony, and get my bushings on there and we'll get started. I'm going to do something different with this one. In the first part of the video, it's going to be like a three-part segment, but I'll put it all together. I'm going to trim this up as normal, and then I'm going to undercut it, and then I'm going to steampunk it. So with that, we'll go ahead and get started. Shoulder on each side to work with. Sort of resembles a spool of thread, if you will. And then that's going to give me a bed where I can insert all my gears on, and I'm just going to go ahead and build that right on there. So then in the next clip you'll see that with the gears already installed on it. And I'm just going to be using clear nail polish as an adhesive to attach those gears to that blank. Okay, we're getting ready to put a couple of gears on the blank right here real quick. I usually build it right on the lathe, and this is an old shoebox lid with a little bit of tape down the middle as a divider or off-center divider. These are all a lot of my gears already pre-bent, and all the little bits and pieces that I use as filler. And I'm just going to use a little clear nail polish, like I said earlier, as an adhesive. So I'm just going to put a little dab of clear on there. I'm not going to use a watch face like I normally would. And then I'm going to use these long pliers, tweezers I picked up at Harbor Freight. And we'll just let that set. So this is the piece that I've been working on, and you can see that has the gears on it. And I'm just going to go ahead and cast around that. This was my first hole that other side. This is the first hole that I drilled. It's off-centered and balanced to where I wanted it. So I re-drilled another hole, and I drilled the hole at an angle so that I can feed it in. The hole is on an angle like this so that I can put the tube in first. I got to squeeze it a little to get it in there. Not exactly super easy to do. And the hole is the same diameter as if you were to drill out the blank, and that's going to be held under friction. And the good thing about the brass sticking out the backside, because it's already on here, is I can actually rotate this as I pour it. And you can kind of see that. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pour probably an ounce of casting craft. I'll get that mixed up and get ready to pour in just a second. Okay, so this is the blank after I took it out of the mold. It's been about a week since I poured this. You don't see any air bubbles at all. That looks pretty good. I'm going to set up the lathe real quick, and I'm going to just relieve those corners with the grinder, and then we'll start to turn that down. That's about as close as I want to get right there. Like that. And then I'm just going to work that down with some sandpaper so I can get a kind of a little bit better indication of where I'm at. If I use sandpaper on it, when I rough it up, it actually shows the depth. Now I can kind of see how deep my gears are, but I guess I'm doing okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and get a rough sand, and then I'm going to work my grits all the way through with some micro mesh and water. Turn the speed down so I don't burn it. Okay, now we're going to get ready and wet sand it. I've got a towel down to protect my lathe bed. I've got micro mesh stacked in order from 1500 to 12,000. And I'm going to start it off with just a little bit of wet sandpaper or regular sandpaper. I'm going to saturate and then kind of smoothing down the rough edges. And we'll go ahead and get that started. This is at a slow speed. This should go by relatively quick. Water only. Okay, now I'm gonna just wipe that off a little bit with the towel. Okay, 1500. So you're still shaping with 1500. I'm going to do that a few times just to make sure that that feels good, and that does feel pretty good. So we're just going to work our grits all the way through. If you're familiar with micro mesh, it's not rocket science. Just keep it wet, slow speed, and a little bit of patience. And when I get about halfway through, that's when it goes a lot faster. And the last one, 12,000. There, it's nighttime, so that looks pretty good. I just need to let this dry so I can put a wax finish on that, and I'm going to use the Hut Perfect Pen Polish. Okay, that's pretty dry. I'm just going to use Hut Perfect Pen Polish Clear and a little Blue Shop towel just to go ahead and burnish that in on the ends, and then we'll be just about good to go. Again, I'm going to turn the speed up on this one. And use a buffing compound to charge the wheel, and then I'm going to clean that. Slow speed. No, let me a little bit higher. It's already making a difference. Okay, you can see how much of a difference that made in just a few minutes. So there's the completed project, Steampunk Bullet Tip Pen. Thanks for watching my video. Have a nice day.